The next word is hopeless. Hopeless means feeling like something cannot be done or is very difficult. He felt hopeless when he lost the game. This means he felt like there was no chance of winning. The situation seemed hopeless, but they kept trying. This means it seemed like there was no solution, but they didn't give up. She felt hopeless because she couldn't find her keys. This means she felt very frustrated because she couldn't find her keys. The next word is hostel. Hostel means a cheap place to stay, often for travelers or students. They stayed in a hostel during their trip. This means they slept in a cheap place for travelers while traveling. The hostel has many rooms for guests. This means the hostel provides different rooms for people to stay in. We booked a bed in the hostel for the night. This means we reserved a place to sleep in the hostel. The next word is hours. Hours means a period of time, usually 60 minutes, or the number of hours someone works. The shop is open for 10 hours every day. This means the shop is open for 10 hours each day. She worked long hours at the office. This means she spent a lot of time working at the office. The movie lasts for 2 hours. This means the movie will continue for 2 hours. The next word is housework. Housework means the tasks you do to take care of a house, like cleaning or cooking. She did the housework in the morning. This means she cleaned the house and did other tasks in the morning. He helps with the housework every day. This means he does cleaning or other tasks at home every day. I hate doing housework on weekends. This means I don't like cleaning and organizing on weekends. The next phrase is how about is used to suggest something or ask someone for their opinion. How about going to the park today? This means I am suggesting we go to the park today. How about trying this new restaurant? This means I am asking if we can go to the new restaurant. How about we watch a movie tonight? This means I'm suggesting that we watch a movie this evening. The next word is hug. Hug means to put your arms around someone to show affection or comfort. She gave him a big hug after the match. This means she held him with her arms to show love or comfort. He hugged his mother before leaving for school. This means he put his arms around his mother to say goodbye. They hugged each other tightly. This means they held each other close with their arms. The next word is huge. Huge means very big or large. The elephant is huge. This means the elephant is very large. They live in a huge house. This means their house is very big. The cake was huge, enough for everyone. This means the cake was very large, enough for all the people. The next word is human. Human means relating to people or mankind. Humans are different from animals. This means people are not the same as animals. The scientists studied human behavior. This means the scientists studied how people act. There are many different cultures among humans. This means people from different parts of the world have different ways of life. The next word is humid. Humid means when the air has a lot of moisture or is very damp. It is very humid in the jungle. This means the air in the jungle has a lot of moisture and feels wet. The weather is humid today, so it feels hot and sticky. This means today the air has a lot of moisture, making it feel uncomfortable. I don't like humid weather because it makes me sweat. This means I don't enjoy wet, warm air because it makes me feel hot. The next word is hunger. Hunger means the feeling of needing food. He felt hunger after skipping breakfast. This means he was hungry because he did not eat in the morning. Hunger can make people feel weak and tired. This means not eating for a long time can make a person feel tired. The children were complaining about hunger. This means the children were saying they were hungry. The next word is hunt. Hunt means to look for and kill animals for food or sport. They went to the forest to hunt for deer. This means they went into the forest to find and catch deer. The man loves to hunt in the mountains. This means the man enjoys looking for and catching animals in the mountains. They use dogs to help hunt the rabbits. This means they use dogs to find and catch rabbits. The next phrase is hurry up. Hurry up means to move quickly or do something faster. Hurry up, we are going to be late. This means you need to do things faster so we don't miss something. She told her son to hurry up and finish his homework. This means she asked him to complete his homework quickly. Hurry up and get ready. This means please do everything quickly and get prepared. The next word is hut. Hut means a small, simple house, usually made of wood or other materials. They stayed in a small hut by the lake. This means they slept in a tiny house near the lake. The workers built a hut for shelter in the forest. This means they made a small house for protection in the forest. The village has many old huts. This means there are many small, simple houses in the village. The next phrase is, I bet you. I bet you means I am sure that something is true, or I am confident about something. I bet you can't finish that pizza. This means I am sure you will not be able to eat the whole pizza. I bet she is going to win the race. This means I am confident that she will win the race. I bet you are tired after that long walk. This means I am sure you are feeling tired because of the long walk. The next phrase is, I can't tell you how. I can't tell you how means I cannot express or explain how something feels. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. This means I feel so happy that I can't describe it. I can't tell you how much I appreciate your help. This means I am very thankful for your help, more than words can explain. I can't tell you how excited I am for the party. This means I am very excited and can't explain it properly. The next phrase is, I guess. I guess means I think or believe something is true, but I'm not sure. I guess we can try the new restaurant tonight. This means I think it's a good idea, but I'm not completely sure. I guess it will rain later. This means I think it might raise, but I'm not certain. I guess she will arrive soon. This means I think she is going to come soon, but I'm not sure. The next phrase is, I know. I know means I am certain about something. I know the answer to that question. This means I am sure of the answer to the question. I know where the party is. This means I am certain of the place where the party will be. I know how to fix the problem. This means I am sure I can solve the problem. The next phrase is, I suppose. I suppose means I think something is true, but I'm not completely sure. I suppose we could go to the beach tomorrow. This means I think it might be a good idea to go to the beach, but I'm not certain. I suppose she'll be at the party later. This means I think she will be at the party, but I'm not completely sure. I suppose we can wait for a few more minutes. This means I think waiting is okay, but I'm not entirely sure. The next phrase is, I shall. I shall means I will do something in the future, often used in formal situations. I shall help you with your homework. This means I will assist you with your homework. I shall return the book to the library tomorrow. This means I will bring the book back to the library tomorrow. I shall call you later today. This means I will phone you later today. The next phrase is ice hockey. Ice hockey is a sport played on ice with two teams using sticks to hit a puck into a goal. He plays ice hockey every weekend. This means he plays a sport on ice where players use sticks to hit a puck. Ice hockey is a fast and exciting game. This means the sport of ice hockey is quick and full of action. She watches ice hockey on TV. This means she enjoys watching the sport on television. The next phrase is ice skating. Ice skating means moving on ice with special shoes that have blades. She loves ice skating in the winter. This means she enjoys gliding on ice during the cold season. We went ice skating at the outdoor rink. This means we skated on ice at a place outside. He is very good at ice skating. This means he can skate on ice well. The next word is icy. Icy means something that is covered with ice or very cold. The road was icy this morning. This means there was ice on the road, making it slippery. Be careful, the steps are icy. This means the steps have ice on them, so you might slip. She slipped on the icy sidewalk. This means she fell because the sidewalk was covered with ice. The next phrase is identity card. An identity card is an official document that proves who you are. He showed his identity card at the entrance. This means he showed a card that proves his identity to get in. You need an identity card to enter the building. This means you must show proof of who you are to enter. I forgot my identity card at home. This means I left my card that shows who I am at home. The next phrase is, if I were you. If I were you means giving advice or saying what you would do in someone else's situation. If I were you, I would study more for the exam. This means if I were in your place, I would spend more time studying. If I were you, I'd take the job offer. This means I would accept the job if I were in your position. If I were you, I would call the doctor. This means I would contact a doctor if I were in your situation. The next phrase is if only. If only means wishing something were different or regretting a situation. If only I had studied harder, I would have passed the test. This means I wish I had worked harder so I could pass. If only it would stop raining. This means I wish the rain would stop. If only I knew the answer. This means I wish I knew the answer, but I don't. The next word is illness. Illness means a condition where someone is not healthy. She was absent from school because of illness. This means she stayed home because she was sick. He has a serious illness and needs treatment. This means he is very sick and requires medical care. The doctor treated his illness with medicine. This means the doctor gave him medicine to help with his sickness. The next word is imagination. Imagination means the ability to think of things that are not real or to create new ideas. Children have a great imagination. This means children can think of many creative ideas. She used her imagination to write a story. This means she thought of a story using her creative ideas. Imagination is important for artists. This means artists need to think creatively to make their art. The next word is imagine. Imagine means to think about something in your mind that is not real or is not present. I can imagine how beautiful the sunset must be. This means I think about how beautiful the sunset is, even though I am not there. She likes to imagine a world without wars. This means she thinks about a world where there are no wars, even if it's not real. Can you imagine living on the moon? This means, can you think about what it would be like to live on the moon? The next word is immigration. Immigration is the process of moving to another country to live there permanently. Many people come to the country through immigration. This means a lot of people move to the country to live there. Immigration laws can be strict in some countries. This means the rules for moving to a country can be very tight in some places. The immigration office checks the documents of new arrivals. This means the immigration office looks at the papers of people who are coming to live in the country. The next word is importance. Importance means how valuable or necessary something is. The importance of good health cannot be ignored. This means good health is very important and should not be forgotten. It is of great importance to study every day. This means it is very valuable or necessary to study every day. She understands the importance of teamwork. This means she knows that working together with others is very important. The next word is impossible. Impossible means something that cannot be done or is very hard to do. Climbing that mountain without equipment is impossible. This means it is not possible to climb the mountain without the right tools. It's impossible to finish all this work in 1 hour. This means it cannot be done to finish all the work in 1 hour. He said it's impossible to predict the weather perfectly. This means it is very hard, if not impossible, to always know the weather exactly. The next word is improvement. Improvement means making something better or getting better at something. There has been a big improvement in his health. This means his health has gotten much better. The school made some improvements to the building. This means the school worked to make the building better. Her English skills showed a lot of improvement after practicing. This means her English became better after she practiced. The next phrase is in a day's time. In a day's time means within the next 24 hours or by the end of the day. I will finish the report in a day's time. This means I will complete the report by the end of today. In a day's time, we will know the results. This means in the next 24 hours, we will find out the results. She will arrive in a day's time. This means she will come within the next day. The next phrase is in addition to. In addition to means adding something to what has already been mentioned. In addition to studying, he also plays the piano. This means besides studying, he also plays the piano. In addition to the bread, we need some butter. This means besides the bread, we also need butter. In addition to the books, she brought a notebook. This means she brought a notebook along with the books. The next phrase is in advance. In advance means before something happens or before it is needed. You should buy tickets in advance to get a good price. This means you should buy tickets before the event to save money. We need to plan the meeting in advance. This means we should organize the meeting before it happens. Please let me know in advance if you are coming. This means please tell me before the time if you are coming. The next phrase is in case of something. In case of something means as a precaution or in preparation for something happening. In case of rain, bring an umbrella. This means if it rains, you should have an umbrella with you. In case of emergency, call this number. This means if something urgent happens, call this number. In case of a fire, leave the building immediately. This means if there is a fire, you should leave the building without delay. The next phrase is in detail. In detail means explaining something very thoroughly or fully. She explained the plan in detail during the meeting. This means she described the plan completely during the meeting. Can you explain the problem in detail? This means can you tell me all the details about the problem? The teacher discussed the lesson in detail. This means the teacher went through everything in the lesson carefully and fully. The next phrase is in fact. In fact means something that is true, often used to correct or add more information. In fact, she already finished the work. This means she really has already completed the work. The movie was not boring. In fact, it was exciting. This means the movie was actually exciting, not boring. In fact, I have been to that restaurant before. This means it's true that I have visited that restaurant. The next phrase is in first place. In first place means being in the top position, usually in a competition or race. He came in first place in the race. This means he finished at the top, ahead of everyone else. The team is in first place after winning all their matches. This means the team is ranked number 1 because they won every game. She was in first place during the whole competition. This means she stayed in the top position throughout the event. The next phrase is in second place. In second place means being the second best, just behind the first place. She came in second place in the singing competition. This means she was the runner-up, finishing second. The team was in second place after the last match. This means the team was ranked second after their latest game. He finished in second place in the race. This means he completed the race in the second position, just behind the winner. The next phrase is in front. In front means the position that is ahead or before something or someone. The car is parked in front of the house. This means the car is located ahead of the house. She is sitting in front of me in the classroom. This means she is sitting ahead of me in the classroom. There is a tree in front of the door. This means the tree is blocking or is located ahead of the door. The next phrase is in full. In full means completely with everything included or without anything missing. Please pay the amount in full before the deadline. This means you should pay the entire amount without any deductions. The report should be submitted in full by the end of the week. This means the entire report should be turned in with no missing parts. He gave the answer in full detail. This means he gave a complete answer without leaving anything out. The next phrase is in future. In future means at a later time or going forward. In future, we will need to plan better. This means from now on, we should organize ourselves more. She said she will study harder in future. This means she will work harder from now on. In future, I want to travel to many countries. This means in the coming time, I hope to visit different countries. The next phrase is in general. In general means usually or for the most part without going into specifics. In general, people like to relax on weekends. This means most people enjoy resting during the weekend. In general, the weather in this area is warm. This means the weather here is typically warm. In general, he is a very kind person. This means most of the time, he is kind. The next phrase is in love. In love means having strong romantic feelings for someone. They are in love with each other. This means they have strong romantic feelings for one another. She's in love with a guy she met at work. This means she has romantic feelings for a man she works with. They've been in love for many years. This means they have had strong romantic feelings for a long time. The next phrase is in order for somebody/something to do something. In order for somebody/something to do something means to make sure something happens or to show why something is done. In order to pass the test, you need to study. This means you need to study so that you can pass the test. He works hard in order to support his family. This means he works hard so he can take care of his family. In order to get a visa, you must submit your documents. This means you must send your papers to get the visa. The next phrase is in particular. In particular means something specific or special among a group. I like all fruits, but in particular, I love apples. This means I like many fruits, but apples are my favorite. There were many books on the shelf, but in particular, she liked the mystery novels. This means she was especially interested in the mystery books among all the books. He enjoys many types of music, but in particular, he likes jazz. This means he especially likes jazz music out of all the types of music. The next phrase is in spite of something. In spite of something means despite or even though something is true, something else happens. In spite of the rain, we went for a walk. This means we went for a walk even though it was raining. She smiled in spite of feeling tired. This means she smiled even though she was tired. In spite of the noise, he continued working. This means he kept working even though there was a lot of noise. The next phrase is in tears. In tears means crying or having tears in your eyes because of sadness, pain, or joy. She was in tears after watching the sad movie. This means she cried because the movie was sad. He was in tears when he heard the bad news. This means he cried because he received some sad information. The little boy was in tears because he lost his toy. This means the boy cried because his toy was missing. The next phrase is in the end. In the end means finally after everything has happened. In the end, they decided to go to the beach. This means after thinking and deciding, they chose to go to the beach. They faced many problems, but in the end, they succeeded. This means after all the difficulties, they were able to succeed. In the end, we had a great time at the party. This means after everything, we enjoyed the party. The next phrase is in time. In time means arriving or doing something before it's too late. He arrived just in time for the meeting. This means he came at the last possible moment before the meeting started. We finished the project in time for the deadline. This means we completed the project before the deadline passed. She made it in time to catch the bus. This means she arrived before the bus left. The next word is inch. An inch is a unit of measurement equal to 1/12 of a foot or 2.54 centimeters. The table is 36 inches long. This means the table is 36 units of length using inches. He grew 2 inches in 1 year. This means his height increased by 2 inches. The box is only 1 inch wide. This means the box is very narrow, just 1 inch across. The next word is incorrect. Incorrect means something that is wrong or not correct. The answer you gave is incorrect. This means the answer you provided is wrong. His explanation was incorrect. This means the way he explained something was wrong. Please check your work for any incorrect information. This means you should look for any wrong details in your work. The next word is increase. Increase means to make something larger or greater in number, size, or amount. The company plans to increase its sales next year. This means the company wants to make its sales higher in the future. The price of vegetables has increased. This means vegetables are now more expensive than before. You should increase your water intake during hot weather. This means you should drink more water when it's hot outside. The next word is incredible. Incredible means something that is very hard to believe because it is so amazing or surprising. The view from the top of the mountain was incredible. This means the view was so amazing that it was hard to believe. She did an incredible job on the project. This means she did an extremely good job, better than expected. The magician performed an incredible trick. This means the trick was so amazing that it was hard to believe. The next word is indeed. Indeed means truly or in fact, used to emphasize a statement. The movie was indeed very exciting. This means the movie really was very exciting. He is indeed a very talented singer. This means he truly is a talented singer. Indeed, she was the one who solved the problem. This means it's true that she was the one who solved the issue. The next phrase is indefinite article. An indefinite article is a word like a or an used before a noun to refer to something not specific. In English, a and an are indefinite articles. This means a and an are used when talking about something in general, not a specific one. I need an apple for the recipe. This means I need any apple, not a specific one. She bought a book yesterday. This means she bought some book, but not a specific one. The next word is independent. Independent means not relying on others, being self-sufficient. She is independent and does not need help from anyone. This means she can do things on her own without asking others for help. They want to become independent after finishing school. This means they want to be able to take care of themselves once they graduate. An independent person makes their own decisions. This means they do not let others decide things for them. The next word is individual. Individual means one single person or thing, separate from others. Each individual has their own opinion. This means every person has their own thoughts. The company treats every individual with respect. This means they treat each person one by one with care. He is a very unique individual. This means he is a very special and different person. The next word is indoors. Indoors means inside a building or house, not outside. We stayed indoors because it was raining. This means we stayed inside to avoid the rain. She likes to play indoors when it's cold outside. This means she prefers to stay inside when the weather is cold. The children are playing indoors today. This means the children are playing inside, not outside. The next word is industry. Industry refers to a group of businesses or activities that produce goods or services. The car industry is growing quickly. This means businesses that make cars are becoming more successful. The film industry has changed with new technology. This means the business of making movies has changed due to technology. She works in the fashion industry. This means her job is related to the business of clothing and fashion. The next word is inexpensive. Inexpensive means not expensive or something that costs little money. This restaurant has inexpensive meals. This means the food at the restaurant is affordable, not costly. The book is inexpensive compared to other books. This means the price of the book is lower than most others. They bought an inexpensive phone because they didn't have much money. This means they bought a cheap phone because they wanted to save money.